Hey y'all, Grand Coco here, Nicole. We are going to do a recipe that has become a staple, and it is a beloved favorite pre-keto. And I am going to show you what you need here in a second, but know that it is keto, it is healthy, and it is delicious, and it is low carb, and it is banana bread. And you ask, how is banana bread low carb? I shall show you. So, one thing is when you make it, it's easy to make, but don't make it when you want something like right now. It has to sit for a little bit after you make it to firm up. So that's just a little tip. If you cut it too soon, it will crumble. Okay, so let me show you what we're gonna need. Bananas, banana bread. So you see, I bought these bananas and they're going bad. I bought them for my children. I am going to make banana bread for them. Or, I don't know, I might cut it up and freeze them to make milkshakes with and stuff for them. But this will not be used in ours, so I'm going to take it away from our ingredients. Okay, so what you're going to need for the banana bread is almond milk, coconut flour, eggs, almond flour, melted butter, softened butter. Back there you'll see some xanthan gum. You know, you can also use flaxseed for this. It works too. Flaxseed, the flaxseed powder, I guess I should say. And you'll need a sweetener of your choice. I'm using Swerve, baking powder, cinnamon, a bread pan, cooking spray, and there should be banana extract. Okay, and it is going to be delicious and moist, and you will love it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is get this butter. You can use a mixer for it, but it's really not necessary. So I have my softened butter. Doesn't have to be melted. Softened. And then we are going to add 4 eggs to this. Okay. And then we're gonna mix that real well, and then we'll add the dry. Now, you know, a lot of times with baked goods, you mix the wet with the dry. See, look, this is why you should do your eggs separate. I almost dropped the shell in. I'm trying to hurry. Anyway, the reason, you know, a lot of times with baking, you mix the dry, then add the wet to it. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you don't have to do it for this recipe. Okay. So I am going to mix this together, break the yolks up, get it good and mixed. Let me move my hands so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. Just get the yolks broke up and all of that good stuff. Okay, and then what you're going to do is we're going to add, well, you know what, let's do the powdered ones first. Let's do coconut flour, and we are going to add a 1/4 cup of coconut flour. Now, coconut flour needs more moisture than the almond flour. Almond flour is more moist, I guess is what I'm getting at. So if you convert this and you don't use almond flour and you just use coconut flour, if you don't use almond flour and you just use coconut flour, you would have to alter the recipe as far as the liquids because the coconut flour is less moist, if that makes any sense to you. So we have a 1/4 cup of the coconut flour. We're going to use 2 cups of almond flour. I like coconut flavored stuff. I never did when I was younger. But as far as the flour goes, I prefer almond flour, but this recipe has some coconut flour in it to take up some of the moisture. Okay, so there's the flours. Get those mixed in a little bit, incorporated. Okay, and then we are going to add 2 teaspoons of baking powder. So let's do that. Two teaspoons baking powder. We're going to do 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. 1, 2. That one don't have to be precise. And then I'm going to add the xanthan gum. You know, that one does have to be precise, so let's measure that one. Okay, so we're going to use a 1/2 teaspoon of the xanthan gum. And that's, again, going to thicken things. That's what xanthan gum is used for. Okay, so and it's a powder. Just a powder. You can get it at Walmart. Okay. Let's get that good and going. Okay, and then we're gonna add a half a cup of our sweetener, and you can use any sweetener you want. Where's my half cup? You can use any sweetener you want. Again, I'm using the Swerve half a cup. Okay. And then we get the eggs, a quarter cup of our almond milk. You can use coconut milk, almond milk. That's what I have, so. Quarter cup of the almond milk. And that is going to get mixed up real good. And it's, I'm going to show you. My tripod's broke right now until I get another one today. So work with me here. But do you see it? It's a lot thicker than traditional banana bread. The dough is. And that's the coconut flour and the xanthan gum soaking up the moisture. And that's what you want. That's what you want. All right, Cruz just got back with my other tripod, so now I don't have to use my hands all wonky. Okay, so there is the thick bread batter, and you'll see, let me see if I can show you. If you see like the chunks of butter in there, that's gonna make it moist. Okay, so it's all there, and now we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of the banana extract, and that's where we're gonna get our banana flavor. 2 teaspoons. Okay, now cinnamon, stuff like that. Cinnamon, chocolate chips. I guess I should measure those. But, you know, stuff like that. Like cinnamon and stuff I don't really necessarily measure. Oh, vanilla is another one. But there's some stuff you just have to. If you put too much of this banana extract, then it tastes almost medicinal. So you have to measure it. Okay, so we're going to stir it real good. There we go. And then you're going to have your bread tin greased to all get out. Make sure it's really greased. So I greased, I say, cooking spray. I live and die by cooking spray. Okay? So we're gonna put that in the pan. Okay. And okay. There we go. And then just kind of spread it out like a bread. Because that's what it is. It's just a keto bread. Okay. There you go. Keto bread. So you're going to stick this in the oven. See the little chunks of butter? Stick it in the oven for about an hour at 350. I'm going to start checking it at 50 minutes. It just depends on the size pan. And this is a brand new pan, so I don't know how it cooks. My other one is actually too big, so I bought like a 8-inch instead of a 9-inch. So I'm going to stick this in the oven, check it after 50 minutes, and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, while our bread cooks, I'm going to make Cruz a drink. It's a keto drink. We're going to use some mint from our garden, already washed. Just put the mint in there. And add, you know what, let's add the gin. I'm trying to use up this gin. Just a splash. And then we're going to muddle it. So just squish it up. Cruz loves mint, so squish it up. Add a little bit more. And then we're going to add, top it off with orange fizz. So we're going to call this our mint orange fizz. And I'm going to put some ice in it. And there you go. Mint orange fizz. Literally the orange sparkling water, gin, and crushed up mint. Mint orange fizz. Update, we are about halfway through with our banana bread. You can see the middle's still pretty moist. But we're getting there. It looks good and smells good. All right, there's our keto bread. Ours took exactly 53 minutes. I stuck a toothpick in it. It is done. It is delicious smelling, and in fact, my daughter came home from work and said, it smells like bananas in here, and there's no bananas in it. So anyway, this is the keto banana bread. Now it has to sit for probably an hour and cool off in the pan. Don't try to take it off, because I'm gonna, without ruining my bread, I want to show you like If you can see, it's crumbly. Look at the edges, that'll show you. So you're gonna let it cool and come together, kind of solidify, and then you'll cut it and enjoy.